2021. How are we gonna change the channel up? We're gonna do a different intro. You're gonna say, instead of "What's going on, guys? It's Tech Tosh," we're gonna change it up. What are we gonna do? Let's just figure this out. What are we gonna do? We're doing a camera review, but we need to do a better intro. We got the camera for better quality. We got that better audio. That's all you need is YouTube, right? Should I do a different intro? Should I be like, "Hi guys, I'm TECHTOSH. What's going on, everybody? TECHTOSH coming at you guys." We're back here. Back in this chair. Back at this desk. I've been at this desk, but in these videos, I'm back at this desk. Well, actually, you know what? This is a new desk. I don't think you guys seen this. A lot of things are new here in 2021. Let's just say we've gone through a crazy year with 2020. We are now in 2021. And let's just say we're starting off new and improved, hopefully, for all of us. 2021, new year. We're going to be a little more consistent with these videos, especially now with the product that I'm going to be talking about today that will help with that process. I am going to do a quick talk about review / my impressions of the new camera that I just purchased. So right now, as you can see, I'm filming on my, well, you can't see, but I'm filming on my Galaxy Note 20 Ultra because I can't film on a camera I'm about to talk about. I got the Sony A6400 mirrorless camera, and this thing is a beast. I kind of want to do a quick my impressions from coming from the camera that no longer works, the Sony A5100. This was a very popular camera. I don't even know how long ago now when this came out. I'll have to look and I'll post it on the screen when this got released. But when I got this camera, this was a popular camera on YouTube or social media, I guess you can say, because of this special feature here. As you can see me kind of fiddling with the front flip up LCD screen. So this was like a big thing for content creators because you were able to exchange the lenses. You could put better lenses. I'm not too big into cameras. I just now started going down the rabbit hole with everything to do with cameras and photography, and I dabbled in video recording, obviously, because I did YouTube, but didn't do anything like crazy manually. I just do the editing side. The difference between this camera where the screen just flips just up and down like this, that's it. That's all you get is that flip up and down. This one, you kind of get a little more room for movement. So the way the hinge system is completely different on this camera now. So as you can see, it tilts up, you pull out, and then from there you can swivel this however you want. If you want it like pulled out so you can look down, you can have it angled down lower. So if you're at like a concert and you need to get like a high shot, filming at a concert, that screen can pull down. Unlike that one, just sits flat. But to pull it up, you gotta pull it out, swing this hinge up, and then go up. So as you can see, the hinging system is completely different. So yeah, a little different mechanics, but like I said, I'm not gonna bore you guys with all the facts that you can read on the internet, but I'm gonna bring you guys in a little closer so that way we can actually look at the camera in a more detailed fashion, so that way I can show you guys, you know, the hot shoe here that you can now put a mic, a lot of different features that you can see here. So now I can do things such as cages and put a mic on it to improve the audio quality. So a lot of upgrades that come with the 6400 over the 5100. 5100 is so old, so that's not even in the category of cameras to get anymore. You want to start looking at the 6000 and up, but 6400 is that sweet spot, and I'll talk about it why and my impressions for. I've had it since Christmas, so a couple weeks now that I've been using it, so I'll give you guys my impressions on that. So let's get right into it. All right guys, here we are, closer look at the A6400 and the A5100. So right off the bat, like I said, this is definitely a beefier camera, everything from the thickness to the length of it. But like I said, this is an older camera, so most people, I don't know if a lot of people are going to be upgrading from something like this. You guys might have something maybe a little more upgraded from this, and maybe you're looking for a new camera. But all in all, if you're coming from a mirrorless camera, such as the Sony's, I'm not too sure what other brands are out for mirrorless cameras, anything lower than the A6000, the Sony A6000, or something around those spec range and price range, I can highly recommend this camera.
If you're looking to do any type of content creation, whether it be photos, videos, even Instagram type stuff, it would be a great fit for you to get the A6400. The way they arrange the release of these cameras are weird. So like the A6500 is older than the A6400. I don't know. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but it gets crazy. All I can say is the A6400 gives you literally everything you need in one compact package. So for instance, I want to do YouTube videos, but I also want to get a little bit into beginner photography. Now, like I said, I know about the whole editing side of it, all that I understand, but I want to be able to take the pictures that I envision when I'm editing photos or whatnot. I'm be like, oh, I could take a picture better than this. So I wanted something that can be on par with, you know, the top end cameras. So I wanted to upgrade to something that wasn't crazy expensive, but I wanted something that was still good enough to be like, yeah, this is gonna take some great pictures or video. So the A6400 is that sweet spot for both those. Now, like I said, they have the A6000, which is a great camera. All around, it does great for photos and videos, but this is crucial for me because of one main thing that drove me up the wall with this camera. I couldn't stand it, and that was the recording limit. Now, this used to have, I think, a 30-minute recording limit or an overheating problem. Literally, anytime I would do a review video using this guy, I had to take a break mid-video. It would just shut down on me, and I had to take a break, wait 10-15 minutes for that to cool down or whatever I had to do, and then I can film again for another 20, maybe 30 minutes before it did it again. So this camera, unlike the A6000 and whatever's below it, this has no recording limit. And on top of that, it has, like you see there, 4K video right there. So having 4K video, and one of the key features that was boasted about this camera, the flip up LCD screen, like I was just talking about earlier, that this is crucial for me. At least I was able to keep this lens because this is the packaged lens that came with my 5100. Like I said, it's still the same mounting system, so being able to keep this lens and reuse it was great. So I wanted to stay into the Sony ecosystem, and that's kind of where I was at. So some of the key features I want to get into. I don't want to go too crazy because, like I said, I'm not a professional. Like I said, I'm learning all this stuff myself as I go. But let's just talk about some of the main things spec-wise that this camera offers. So it is a Sony E-mount lens system. It is an APS-C crop factor lens. The sensor is a 25 megapixel, so essentially it's 24.2 megapixel lens. Maximum resolution is 6000 by 4000. The sensor type is a CMOS. Sensor size is 23 by 5. Image file format. So this will shoot in JPEG and RAW format. So that's big for me, having RAW format, because like I said, when I do my video editing, being able to have the highest quality picture when it comes down to editing is crucial, because if you have a JPEG, you can only do so much with that before the quality of the picture is decreased. So having a RAW format is great. The ISO sensitivity is 100 to 32,000. So ISO quality is pretty much for the low lighting situations. So this is a low light beast, depending on what lens you have. So this is a 1.4 16 millimeter lens. Some of the other key features. So it does have a self timer, has continuous shooting. The white balance mode that they have a whole bunch of white balance modes for auto, cloudy, color temperatures, any type of white balance mode you need to have. What else they got here? Recording modes. So it is UHD 4K 3840 by 2160. Then you have full HD 1920 by 1080 at 120 frames that goes up to for that. So the video encoding is NTSC by /PAL. Don't know what that is. I'm just reading off some of this stuff for you guys because I know someone will have some questions of some sort. Another big thing with this camera, I know this wasn't bad, the auto focusing. This auto focusing on this camera is clutch. Like literally the moment you point it at something, it just zips right to it, focuses. It's immaculate. Another big thing that was a upgrade that I was looking for, because it was a dilemma I had with this camera that I got a lot of comments on when I would post videos, is the audio quality. Now this did the job. It was nothing great, but you could hear, gave you some audio, so it was great. But this one has a hot shoe, as you already can see here. Now the hot shoe will allow me to mount any external mic that I can now finally improve my audio source. That was probably the number one thing besides some of the visual issues that a lot of people talked about was the audio. So as you can see, my dead cat over here, not literally a dead cat, but this is what I guess what they call that, the dead cat. So this is a windscreen. If you take this off, so this is the Video Rogue micro mic, whatever they want to call it. So as you can see, this is a cage that I have for the Sony a6400. I'll go in depth with this in another video. I kind of want to do a little review on this cage itself, why you might need it, what is it used for, what can it do. But as you can see, the first thing you can do is be able to mount a mic on it because a lot of people complain, yeah, it has a hot shoe. You can actually put stuff on there, but now it's going to obstruct the LCD if you were to put something there. So there are workarounds. There are plates that you can put on to put the mic on this side. There's ones that you can put it on over here on the side of the camera. There's definitely a lot of workarounds. So that was like the first thing that I heard people complaining when I was doing my research on this camera is the hot shoe being in a bad spot, I guess you can say, for a camera that has a flip up LCD. All that jibber jabber, all in all, it's still great features. As you can see here, this is where the mic attachment will go. When you get the external mic, you'll put it right in there. You also have the USB-C, and then no, this is the micro HD, and then whatever that other port's called for your camera to charge it. Let's look at what we got here on the bottom. So on the bottom, you do still have the same. That's another good thing why I like this. Some people don't like it, but I was happy because there was less things I had to go out and buy. I could still use the same cameras that my 5100 used. So I bought a whole bunch of extra, probably like 4 or 5 extra of these guys. And that's because this guy would die all the time. These batteries drain pretty quick, but me being able to carry those over from the 5100 and still use them was clutch for me as well. So it saves me having to go buy out more batteries for, you know, a different camera. Then from there you get the single slot SD card. I have a 128 gigabyte Extreme Pro. Now this is a key factor you want to take into account when you get this camera. If you want to film 4K, you need a Extreme Pro style SD card, or else you won't be able to get the 4K footage on it. I had a couple cards that I put in here and I couldn't film 4K because of that. So definitely be aware of that. Some of the other differences that you can see compared to the 5100 and the 6400 are the button layouts. So they're fairly similar, but there's definitely more buttons on the 6400. The big thing here with these is you get functional buttons that you can assign to what you want to assign it to. So you got one here, you got one up here. You also have this dial here that you can spin. Sorry for all the smudges. Let's turn this guy on. The setting interface is pretty much the same. You can see my dog's nose. I'm just testing some pictures. That's my boy. Look at my boy. But if you go into menu here, so as you can see, you got a little tabs at the top. You go to the top, find the tab that you're trying to find to edit, and you can go from there. So like I said, you have different file formats. You can shoot in RAW and JPEG, or just RAW or just JPEG. I like both, so that way I don't have to remember to switch back and forth. I have both as is. Like I said, I'm not going to go into all the settings and talk about everything that I don't know about, that I'm still learning. So the setting system, some people like it, some people hate it, but it's very simple. Go down, you find whatever it is. You got different tabs right here to the right. So very user-friendly, nothing crazy complicated. The only thing I don't like, and the same thing with the 5100, it is touch sensitive when it comes down to focusing. So you were able to tap the screen on the 5100 to get it to focus on the subject that you wanted. The only thing I don't like with this is that you can't utilize those same touching features with the menu. I thought it would have been great if I could just touch it and boom, go right to the menu. You still have to use traditional dial here and select whatever it is. It was the same situation with this. You were able to touch it to focus, but you couldn't use it to touch the settings. I don't understand why they did that, but you know, that is what it is. Some other buttons here. You got the record button on the side. Some people don't like the positioning on that, but not too far off compared to the 5100. It's still at the top there. Not hard to push. Some people said it was just in an awkward spot. I mean, I can easily push it, not an issue for me. But like I said, that's the type of stuff that's personal preferences as far as button layouts and stuff goes. The main thing that I've basically been messing with is the manual mode. This is something, like I said, I want to start learning. I want to be able to get a little more professional with actually handling a camera and knowing what I'm doing and talking about. So this is a good starting point with this camera. Like I said, I didn't want to spend too much money, but I still wanted to have something great. I would recommend this camera for someone who is a beginner and wants to get a great camera for a budget style price. I won't say it's budget. I mean, it's $1,000. $1,000 is pretty expensive, but with comparing to the price to other cameras on the market, that is fairly affordable. So for around $900 for just the body, that's a great price for how much this camera offers. Everything from 4K to 120 frames per second. You got the hot shoe so you can upgrade your audio source. You got the flip up screen so that way you can see what it is you need to be seeing. You got, you know, custom buttons that you can assign to shortcuts that you might need. You got, I don't even know, there's so much on this camera, I can't even think of everything, but there is a lot with this camera, guys. Like I said, I got a lot of accessories coming in for this camera, the ones that I already have and ones that I'll be getting down the line. So you'll be seeing more of this camera and me talking about a lot of more features and accessories for this camera. So be sure to be on the lookout for those videos if that's something you're into. I want to talk about my lenses and the cages and the mic source and the audio source and the lighting that I got for this. So if that's something you're looking into, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you have any other questions about this camera or things that are revolving around this subject, let me know. Like I said, I'm not a professional, but I'll give you my personal honest opinion. And yeah, so be sure to hit that thumbs up if you did like the video. Hit the comment section down below if you want to hit me up and let me know about something or question about things. I'll do my best to comment to everybody. Also hit that subscribe button for many videos that are gonna be coming out. I got a lot of things on the plate here. We just got done with Christmas, so I got a lot of things I want to review. Some of them will be unboxings, some of them will be reviews, and just some of them will just be me talking about stuff I want to talk about with those tech stuff that I got. So with that said, y'all stay nerdy. I'm out. Peace.